Bible, this verse, and this is verse 17. It says, "Now the joy of Alma was so great, even that he was full, yet he was swallowed up in the joy of his God, even to the exhausting of his strength, and he fell again to the earth." This verse, like, do y'all ever feel as though you're so excited inside, but you know that the fear of the Lord, being a fear, a God-fearing person, you know that you have to always humble yourself, you know, because you don't want this excitement to bring to bring you to the extent of falling to earth because of pride. You know, you're being overjoyed, ecstatic, you know, about something to the point where you become exhausted. You know, mentally you're exhausted, but sometimes you can't pay attention to the exhaustion because you're too excited. What is excited? That makes you think, what is excited? You know, if it makes you exhausted, what is excitement? You know? And that's how I feel all the time. Um, you know, sometimes we can be swallowed up in so many things other than God. You know, we can be swallowed up by different moments in our lives, different events in our lives to make us feel as though we kind of lose sight of God. We lose sight of our faith, and sometimes being swallowed up by this can be troubling. You know, it feeds your pride, it feeds your ego, and then you lose, you know, credit. You give credit to everything else or everyone else but God. So I feel like it is very important that you always humble yourselves. You know, always stay humble and remain humble. Um, and pay attention mentally, you know, of the exhaustion. You know, excitement gives you a lot of exhaustion to the point where you feel kind of discombobulated in the mind. You're like, hold up, you know, what's going on? You lose train of thought. You lose, you know, insight. You lose that love and that sense of being content in the Lord's presence. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, be notified, and share at your own free will. To show you care, have a beautiful day.